Jace Denman for Flag Family Media. I'm here with MSUM Dragon head coach Steve Laqua. Coach, I don't know, I got to check my pulse, I got to get my blood pressure medicine squared away, but another exciting finish last week. Tell us a little about that game down in St. Paul.
Well, we know your heart's working, right? You go through that, no stress test needed anymore, so we're good for another year. My dad felt the same way after that. So great game, excited. The guys were resilient. And certainly the games can kind of unfold, early and kind of see what path they're going to go on. They obviously did a really good job controlling the tempo, controlling the run game, controlling the clock. Really shortened the game. We only had 4 possessions in the first half, 9 for the game offensively, and so the game disappeared quickly. I thought our guys were resilient. They didn't panic. They were able to overcome that and then make enough plays down the stretch. And that's something we had talked about. It was a similar way that it played out at McKendree, at Winona, and then this. I think finally maybe we've learned the lesson to be able to weather that storm, not panic, not press, just keep playing our game and eventually be able to make enough plays to win.
When you look at that, first thing I wanted to ask about, first half, you guys are down 14, you get that touchdown. That drive was kind of kicked off by a face mask penalty. And it seems like there's been a number of times this season when it seems like maybe the offense isn't quite clicking or you're not kind of consistent, haven't found your rhythm. There's a play, whether it be a big play, obviously offensively, which we prefer, but sometimes there's those defensive penalties, and it seems like that sparks the offense. Is there any kind of reason that kind of helps spark the offense?
Well, sometimes you just need life, right? You just need to get to a new set of downs and a fresh set of downs, and that was a fortunate situation where they committed a penalty, got us to a new fresh sticks, and then we were rolling. And so if you look at our offense, if we can get a first down, we're pretty effective getting to the end zone.
Yeah.
And so that first down is critical. The first down play is critical for us. If we can gain yards and 4 or 5 yards, now our offensive playbook's wide open. Teams are on their heels a little bit, and we're successful. And so it takes a spark, to get a fire going. We got a spark, whatever it is, we'll take it. We just got to create as many sparks as we can.
In the post game, we talked to Coach Montplaisir, and it seemed as though you guys did maybe make some adjustments in half, because obviously, like you said, 4 possessions in the first half, 1 score. Second half, obviously, when you look at the scoreboard, you got 4 touchdowns in that second half. What was it that you guys saw, that you guys made the adjustment at halftime that really opened things up for the offense?
Well, we got a beat on what they were doing in the first half, playing us a little bit different than we had expected, which has kind of been a common theme this whole season. So we got a little bit more of man coverage than we were expecting, so we just really had to talk about route adjustments, kind of make some tweaks on that. I think the biggest thing is we kind of had a game plan going in on things we wanted to, maybe doors you want to open up and walk down in a game plan, then unlock and open some other things that allow you to do some things within your offense. And the game had disappeared so quickly. We're like, hey, we got to kind of get rid of the doors that we want to get. We got to focus on the most important doors, the things that we can rely on and make sure that we can find success in and just get it going, because we're not going to have many chances to have very many plays.
When we look at this season, obviously, a couple games definitely didn't go your guys' way. A couple 1-possession losses. 3 wins have all been cardiac arrest time, to be honest. When it comes to you and your coaching staff, because a lot of these young men, you're maybe not necessarily just a father figure, but your guys are mentors. They're your father figures to these guys. What can these young men take away from these games that they've won, where they've trailed, they've found a way back? How does that translate, not only in the football field, but to life?
Well, that kind of grit is huge, right? Like, life is full of ups and downs. There's going to be extreme highs in life, so there are going to be extreme lows. And I think what our team's done a really good job of being able to weather storms together, right? You notice, guys, you look, Madden had a drop on the side in a critical third down in that game. The game's disappeared, and he comes off to the sideline. I went to go touch base with him, like a lot of people, and there was about 15 players moving towards him to pick him up. And I thought, that's what life's about. When life hits you hard, you want to have that support group that's there. I think this group does a great job of supporting guys, not just on the field but off the field. Life's ups and downs, and we all need that. And I think these guys are learning that on the field, but they're taking it off the field. And that's what's exciting for the rest of the life.
Absolutely. Now, when we look at this week, you've only got 2 games left at home during this season. The first one, obviously, this Saturday against Southwest Minnesota State. Tell us a little about what this type of team is, what their kind of general motivation is, or MO, I should say, is going into this game.
Well, it's a team that we've struggled with over the years. We've never been able to play real well. They take us out of our game. They're able to really do some things that cause us problems. And so they're a team that's hungry for their first win. They're playing a lot better than we maybe would think that their stats show or their record shows. And so they've given us those problems. They're playing better than it shows. That's kind of it's a tough recipe, right? We got to make sure that we're playing our game. And I think that's the biggest thing. good start would be important. I feel like I was saying that every
Yeah.
week, but the game can go in two different
Yeah.
avenues, and so we needed to go our direction right away. And so, that's important to be able to start fast and get things going, both offensively, defensively, special teams. If we can do a good job kind of eliminating their run game and their controlling the clock, I feel like we can get possessions. Our offense is going to get in a rhythm, and we're going to be okay.
I do remember last year down in Marshall, I believe it was a special teams play that kind of kick-started everything last year. They got you guys going against them. So obviously, splash plays are always important, but whatever it takes to spark that fire is really what matters most.
Absolutely, and they do a really good job of creating chaos, especially their defense, to try and keep you out of getting in a rhythm, keep away from the splash plays, and they're making them on their own. And so that's the thing, that there's going to be some volatility, I think, with the style that they play. We're going to have to weather that storm.
And then obviously, lastly, you're heading into this game. Obviously, the games you guys have won have been comeback wins. What's that say about this team, that you can obviously, it doesn't matter what the score is, this team still has a chance to get back even late in the game?
Well, I think our defense is doing a good job making plays when their back's to the wall, and we've needed that. I talked to our team about there's an understanding of how to win and staying poised in pressure situations. And the defense did a good job with that offensively. When they were reviewing that play last week on that last drive, that it was extremely calm in the huddle. The guys were focused. You'd have no idea that the game was on the line, and we were under a minute to go with that situation. So they handle those things really well. And so I think those are important things we need to keep building on, understanding how to win and where those critical plays are. We missed one last week. We gave a penalty away to keep the drive alive. Those are things we got to be better at, and if we can be, then this can be a really good team.
All right, well, best of luck this weekend, Coach. Big Game James and I will be there for all the action on the flag. All right, this is Jace Denman alongside head coach Steve Laqua of your MSUM Dragons. Have a great day.